Howdy, everybody, and welcome to Retro Repair Roundup, whatever the heck episode this is. I think it's 37. And tonight we're going to be talking about KansasFest. And we're a little bit short on hosts tonight, but that is perfectly fine. Little housekeeping. Thank you all for stopping by and watching us on this wonderful Sunday evening. We've got Rudy and DJ and Jeremy and Sloopy and Ryan and Retro Techie and Garth and Jack and who else is here? Kat is here. Eric, Scrolling Twirling, Francois, Scarlett, which is the name of this car, and Thomas and some other people here. So thank you all for stopping by. If you like our stream tonight, remember to lasso that like button. If you're not subscribed, do the subscribe button thing so that we can, like show more people how cool we are or something.
Specifically, click it.
Yeah,
that would be the thing to do.
You need to stab it with soldering irons. Retro Techie wants me to show off my computing. Joe, are you going to do silly car tricks? Yes, sure. Why not?
Joe,
like driving too long. Cat, no.
Joe.
Anyway, yes.
Joe, how's your week? How's your week been? This is kind of a relaxed. This is kind of a relaxed episode. It's just us.
Yeah. Well, let's talk about that a little bit before we talk about my week or your week. It is relaxed for a couple reasons. Number one, our good friend Javier is on site at KansasFest right now because he's part of the committee and part of the garage giveaway planning group. So he has been literally in the weeds all day long getting stuff moved from the nearby storage over to KansasFest. So that's why he is not here. And Trina, I don't know what her deal is. She fell asleep.
I think I accidentally put down that it was like at 7 p.m. Eastern. And so I think she's still trying to convert that into metric time.
Gotcha. So, understood. But my week has been flipping nuts again because it's K-Fest week.
Sounds painful, but sure.
I've just been prepping. I've been, as you can see, packing up my Apple III to take with me and doing nothing but build. Do you need another host for tonight? Rudy's Retro Intel. If you want to be on tonight, Rudy, as an honorary founder and member of Retro Hero Roundup, absolutely. If you want to hop on, that is cool. Just let me know and I'll send you a link. But anyway,
been a crazy week, eh?
It's
been very busy. Been prepping everything, getting everything ready to go for getting out of town.
Yeah, it's been nuts, and I think that's typical of anybody who's going to K-Fest, especially those who drive. You've got to pack all your stuff to stay someplace for a week, but also you got to pack your Apple II because you got to have something to play with, and you've got to have all your bins of things if you're a vendor, things to sell, or if you're showing off a cool project, or if you're in Hackfest or anything like that, you got to bring all your stuff. If you're Sark, you're going to bring a gigantic truck full with 150,000 CRT monitors. And it's a slog, but oh my gosh, it's so worth it. It's so worth it.
Absolutely.
You go through this week of stress to have this week of, yay, I'm 8 again.
I had a really good time last year. I think that that there's a lot that kind of goes on to keep you entertained.
Yeah.
If you are interested in learning more about the event, if you go to kfest.org, you can check out the schedule and just see kind of a breakdown day by day of what's actually kind of going on. They have they even have stuff listed out there in terms of kind of the sessions and stuff, because I know that the first couple of days things are sort of like people getting into town and getting unpacked and kind of rubbing elbows with people and just kind of catching up, and it's an easy kind of slide into that first couple of days, which is nice.
Yeah, absolutely. What do you think, Trina? Miss I fell asleep or whatever it was.
I did fall asleep.
Called it. I called it.
And then I set my alarm for 7. I went, oh, okay, it's 7 o'clock. Great. Turn off the alarm.
Hey, Sean.
And that was the end of me.
Sean.
Speaking of KFest royalty, Mr.
So I think it's great. Woo! I have no idea what I think is great, but everything's great. So.
Let's give Trina a wonderful tie-in. So, didn't you just get an Apple II?
I got an Apple IIe.
Yeah.
Hey, it's right over there.
We are already partying. Yeah. They get some of that core crew gets started like on Friday the week before. I mean, Javier.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy.
I think he did fly out on Friday, but he got like 5 or 6 delays and ended up getting to Kansas City at like 3 a.m. or some craziness.
Yeah,
he had to wake Sean up like, "Come get me!"
Yeah, I think all the flight delays are kind of crazy, and they don't seem to be necessarily getting any better this summer.
Yeah,
I see Trina's biggest fan is on the stream tonight.
Hi, Jack.
You sweet summer child.
She either missed it or totally got it. I'm not sure which.
Literally in the room with you. Your biggest fan is in the room with you.
Oh, behind me.
Actually, that's not true. I'm Trina's biggest fan.
Yes.
Seriously.
He is 6'2", by the way.
Yeah.
So
that makes sense.
6'4", Joe. 6'4". That's like a ton. That's like a ton of bananas if you stack them.
What is it with me and knowing really tall people? I know like 5 people that make me
because you're
like
constantly like, hey, can you get this? Can you get these ICs off the top of the fridge? And I'm like, Joe, do you know how much trouble it takes to get through this partition that separates our 2 spaces?
You have to get through the Legos.
And poor Joe wouldn't be able to get to my microwave.
How do you do? How do you live with that?
That the popcorn was done.
Like,
right?
How do you even? Wow, I feel like Stuart Little.
I barely use it, so.
I don't blame you, because you got to get it like a step stool out every time.
Well, not me, but Joe would. Yeah. Sorry, Joe.
Yes. And a quick note and shout out to Herb. He can't make it this year. I'm sorry you can't make it, Herb. You are a awesome person to hang out with. I met you first in 2019. Super cool, nicest guy on planet Earth. I will have some things to deliver to Javier, to deliver to you through someone else at KFest, so don't worry about that. Yes, it is crazy. Sean Fahey, of course, as you can see, has all of the early people showing up there.
Mm-hmm. Javier posted some pictures too, just 1 or 2 of just some of the garage giveaway stuff, and it's like, and really, it's more of it. There's no pictures of the stuff, but it's like pictures of the boxes.
Yeah,
stuff is in, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I cannot imagine. Like, let's get the truck, or let's get the forklift, and just like, oh my gosh.
I've asked for the chair. If somebody can get me the chair, that would be amazing. Thank you.
Throw 2 stamps on it. I hope Canada Post can just handle it from there.
Yeah,
I saw that. Yeah,
just insanity. Just like open and just go zoom, like too far, browser. Yeah. So yep, just this piles and piles and piles of stuff. So yep. Sean Fahey, my chair. Oh my gosh, who is this?
Oh my gosh, look.
Sean Fahey, my chair. Somebody needs to turn. Oh my gosh, who is this?
It's Rudy. He's got a mutie.
Hello.
You gotta mute the stream on the side.
I can't hear you.
Soldering under the influence. Yes.
Soldering under the influence. And I see that Retro Techie just came back from Vermont Fest. So.
Vermont Fest. Is that over in Saskatchewan?
No, he actually was in Vermont.
What?
Yeah.
They let him get out.
I
know what a big Newhart fan he is. So I guess that's kind of cool that he.
They let him. Not only did they let him out, you guys let him in.
Seems.
I'm gonna say like they let him out of like Quebec.
Out of Quebec and Canada.
It's amazing.
He went to.
Because Quebec is a nation after all.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
You just wait. In 20 years, they're going to require their own little special document to get in and out of the province. I mean, we have two
Wouldn't surprise
Canadians
me.
here, so I've got to talk about it, right?
Wouldn't surprise me. Hey, Rudy.
Can you guys hear me?
We can hear
Yes.
Yay!
you. Hi, Rudy. Long time no see. How you been?
I forgot my hat. Oh well,
None of us are wearing hats, so you're fine.
that's the new policy. No hats. Oh come on.
we're men and women without hats. It's all
It's too
Good
hot
man.
it's too hot to wear hats here.
Don't you have air conditioning?
No,
Oh, then yeah, it's too hot.
that's why the fan is going behind me.
You don't have air conditioning in your building?
No, it's an
In
older
Canada in
building.
general, they don't allow it. And
If you're in the
don't
city,
do
yeah.
it.
Yeah.
It's
Rudy has a special permit, right? He knows
That's right.
gruesome poems.
they have
Yeah.
a fancy little rag that is covered with gravy and cheese curds. You just kind of lightly
That'll work.
pat your forehead,
That'll work.
cools you off with the power of bacon grease.
There you go. Oh wow.
I know
Anyway,
it has slipped. Definitely has slipped. I better come
Yeah.
back more often.
so since we have you, what have you been up to since you haven't been here? We'll just give you
Well, I've been working nights and mostly weekends since January now. I've been doing a lot of excuse me, a lot of extra work for work. They need that. They need people. We're having a hard time finding good people. So they said, you want to make some extra money, work more hours? I said, great, because my wife's still not working, which is okay because she's helped take care of my mom who's got Alzheimer's now. So we're kind of working through that. But I'm still making videos. I'm still trying to, do what I can. I got all kinds of British invasion happening over here. I've got a couple of ZX computers. I know it's not part of KFest, but I do have this though.
Yeah, the
There
new
we go.
issue.
now it matches the map. Yes, Juice GS. Yes. Here, and if
I
we do
need
it
to
this
renew my
way-
subscription. I think.
Yeah,
this
there
is
we
my
go. Now we're
last issue.
perfectly geographically set up. There we go.
There we go.
Oh my gosh. Anyway,
And-
Steve is here. Hi, Steve.
Hey, Steve.
So, Trina, we were talking about your Apple II. When did you get that, and what are your plans in the future for that thing?
Don't know what the plans are for the future yet, because basically I just have the Apple II machine.
Mm-hmm.
So like it's a great paperweight right now. Waiting for a few
Floppy
extra.
drives, right?
No.
Mhm.
But there was supposed to be one that came with it, but was forgotten on the site. So Frank is sending me a floppy drive and a few other
Oh,
things
that's
with
cool. Yeah.
it.
At
Get a
least have a
W drive.
controller card. Sorry, Rudy. Sorry. Go ahead.
No, go ahead. I interrupted.
I was just going to ask if it had the controller card. So just make sure if it's got the controller card.
I think it does. It has two
Well,
cards in it.
Pop the top, and look inside. And just tell us
Pop
what
your
card.
top. What kind of
You
show is
don't-
this?
Wait, what kind of stream is this?
I'm not the one that wore a tank top, but just whatever. Okay. So
My visions of Ron in a tank top. Why did you have to say that?
I know.
Oh,
That's why.
Oh my head! It hurts now.
All right, hold on. Let me get
anyway,
the box.
when you have
Yeah.
time, you don't have to do it right this second.
Okay,
but
okay.
Please, if you would, before the rest of us get out of town, especially before Tuesday, because the garage giveaway at KFest is coming up on Tuesday, and there will probably be some stuff in there that you might need.
Okay.
And since I will be there, and Joe will be there, and Javier will be there, between the three of us, we can probably find whatever additional things you need. So if you would, sis, please take a second, look it all over. Let us know.
Yeah.
'Cause
What
we
I'll
are-
do is I will, after the stream, I'll take a picture of it and put it up.
Okay, sweet. Thank you.
No
It's
problem.
If you don't have a drive, I recommend getting the W drive.
Oh, garage giveaway is Wednesday. Sorry.
Chris
40.
Torrance sells the W drive. They're really, really good.
Does he still sell them though? Because they were kind of not
That's
available for a
well, the
while.
booty card was like not being sold
It's
anymore.
the
for some
booty that was
reason.
he had the problems with.
But the W drive, he does sell them if he gets certain orders, a certain amount of orders.
Okay, well that's good to know. That's good to know.
because it runs off a menu. You just boot up your computer. You have the menu and screen. Use your keyboard. Pick what you want. And load it up.
Yeah.
I mean, the floppy
It is
too.
currently out of stock on his website.
Well, yeah, the floppy
But-
is another good addition for your machine.
Yep.
And then you
joystick
get
can
added,
use a little more
added bonus using it with Macintosh. But I would, Rudy is 100% correct. For Apple II stuff, the W drive is the way to go. The
Okay.
only machines you might have an issue using it with are probably like the 2C, just because it wants to try to, by default, boot only to the internal drive. So you do have to drop to monitor and or not monitor, but whatever.
You can
And
change the ROM, I believe,
PR.
on the 2C.
Yeah, you have to
can't-
hack the machine to get it to work.
Just put a different ROM. But
Yeah.
And then
the nice thing with the
option card, it doesn't work with the 2E option card.
but the nice thing with the floppy muse, you can use it for your Apples, your Apple II or whatever, and then your Macs.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
All true.
Mhm. So let's talk about a little bit about KansasFest proper, since we've been kind of just chatting for the past few minutes. To anybody who is here, who is in the chat, hey, Eric Helgeson is here, who doesn't know what KansasFest is. So KansasFest is the yearly yearly Apple II festival. Rudy's playing the game too. Apple II festival in Kansas City, Missouri.
Why don't you make yourself big, Joe?
Yeah,
Because I'm dumb and I forget things, and you're not my mom. Anyway, where all us like-minded, weird Apple II people get together and hang out for a week and play with old Apple IIs. There are games and contests and cookouts and hangouts and going into town and going to arcades and hacking on hardware, soldering stuff, presentations. And it's a week long. It's insanity. And it is super duper awesome. This year is a split KansasFest. It is in person and virtual this year. So the first week is going to be in person for those who prefer to come and hang out and do the thing. And for those who can't make it, those in countries that are, on the other side of the planet or whatever, or they just can't, get it into their travel plans to make it in person, there is also a virtual thing. The cool thing about virtuals this year, it does have some, I don't want to say exclusive, but it does have some virtual only content to kind of differentiate it a little bit from the in-person one. The cool thing about virtual too is it allows us to have guests like Wendell Sander. I can't.
Wendell Sandel, like his footwear is top notch.
The inventor, the designer of the Apple III, basically, to be able to appear as a guest speaker this year in virtual. So that is super duper cool. That's the thing. That's what KFest is. And it is awesome. I can't, like, I don't know what else to say about it. You get to, we take over a entire dorm building. It's not just like a small part. It's not like a couple of rooms. It's a building. We get a whole flipping building.
It's a 3-story building.
Yeah. And it's just like we get all of the rooms, all of the space. You can hang out. There's the I call it the solder room, where Sark is usually if you all don't know who Sark is,
Tony Sark?
What's that? Tony Sark? He goes by many names, but he's CRT dude, I think, on a lot of social media. Big into fixing old equipment. He's there every year. He hangs out with a whole bunch of other people in one room, and they like just pile up old boards and old machines. They break out the soldering equipment, or like, bring your board by, bring your broken thing by. We will do everything in our power to get it fixed before you leave. And they just sit there the entire time fixing old stuff. You got a broken Apple II, a disk drive, a monitor that's not working. Do you have a tube TV or something? I don't know if he'll do that, but he's been known to fix things that aren't Apple II. And he'll just do the thing. A bagel? What?
Winnebago.
A Winnebago. What are you saying?
A motorhome.
A motorhome. Yeah, bring a motorhome. But yeah, it's really cool. Does an up to no good leather jacket wearing Commodore gang show up looking for trouble at K-Fest? It's actually funny you say that, One Bit Fever Dreams, because KansasFest, even though it is Apple II focused, everybody's allowed. People have been at KansasFest and have talked about the PC or the Atari 8-bit series or the Macintosh or the Commodore. It's fine. It's fine. I mean, we give them a little bit of shade, but not too much. And yeah, that's kind of my take on it. We just get to hang out. I went for the first time in 2019, and I, for the most part, just kind of sat in the common room and watched Jason Scott and 4 a.m. sit there with a couple of applesauce units and archive like literal gigabytes of floppies.
Yeah,
for
I
days.
saw it because that
days
was
and
because
days.
2019 was the big year for that, and so I saw, because I watched, if you could go back and watch Joe's video, and it's pretty exhaustive with showing like some of the behind the scenes stuff and different activities and all that that's kind of going on during the day. But yeah, it was funny because like there's like a 3-minute segment or something in your video where it's just like, okay, check this one. Oh, this is a previously unarchived version of some game, or when we captured it like, there was something about the flux pattern on the disc that's unique compared to like every other known version. Because I suppose as part of that software too, it'll do like a comparative thing and tell you if there are differences. But it's that was really neat.
Okay, that's a funny one.
Oh, nice.
But here he is, Jason Scott. He just sat up and was just cranking for a week. It's insanity. And so that's just the kind of stuff. And there's so much you can do there that it's almost like Disneyland. Like you have to come back year after year after year to get the whole experience, honestly. You can go and do nothing but watch all of the presentations and only get like a minuscule slice of what's going on. Some people just do that. Other people don't watch the presentations at all. They just hang out in their dorm room with their friends playing like Load Runner and stuff. It's crazy. It's awesome. Yeah.
Also, the virtual KansasFest is good too. If you can't make it, I was on it. I think, was it last year or the year before? My first time. It was pretty cool. I took some time off from work and had a lot of fun.
Yep, you get to watch all those presentations.
It's not the same fun, obviously, but
it's a little bit different because you can't be. Did I just hear Discord? Yes, DJ Craze, that's me. You don't, the virtual thing, you miss the in-person camaraderie to some extent, but you get to see all these well put together presentations. And of course the Discord is still there after hours, so you can hang out in the voice and chat rooms, play games together, and do the whole thing.
Oh, nice.
It's still pretty cool. Yeah.
And so, sort of like Joe was saying, is that again, there's something for everybody kind of there. So I know not everybody has Joe's level, like a cocained up 5-year-old level of social battery.
It's the meds. Trust me, it's the meds.
Like I said, booger sugar, like your Colombian doctor has got you well covered. But if you don't have that same social battery that Joe has, you can escape back to some of these little spots where the dorm is largely, there is a common area on the main floor that is right next to where they do garage giveaway. And that's sort of like a general meeting place. So if you want to go and socialize with people, that's kind of a great place for everybody to make connections. It's like, hey, I'm going to go to Micro Center. Is anybody going to Walmart? I need to run, and I got a Facebook Marketplace pickup I'm going to go do. Would somebody go with me just for security reasons? You can make those kind of connections and stuff. In the evenings, people kind of congregate there. Last year, I did a night where we played like Jackbox and played like the Riff Tracks game where you kind of write your own jokes and everything.
Oh, nice.
And and so everybody just kind of crowded around, did that for a couple of hours. There was a night, I think Dave brought a like an Apple IIc Plus, and it had W Drive and everything, so you could sit there and just play Total Replay all evening and just play games and do fun stuff. And then you have the quiet side, and then you have like the loud side, and the loud side basically is all day, every day. If you walk down the hallways, people have their doors open. That's basically an invitation to come in, just walk in. You might like knock, 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 but then walk in and just be like, "Hey, what are you working on? Like, what are you doing?" Or and people are just excited to share. I know Jeremy had like a mini bar kind of set up in his room where you could go
Nice.
by, and every night he had like a little cocktail or something, like a little nightcap if you wanted to share. But on that main floor of the loud side, that's where Sark kind of sets up, and that room is rocking all day, all night, and you can just go in there
It's
and just
beer and solder fumes, baby.
yeah. So you can just go in there and just if you don't know anything else that's going on, you can go and Ian Sark. You can just go in there and poke your head in and just be like, "Hey, like what's the latest thing? You need anything?" Or and then downstairs in the basement is where they kind of have all of the stuff set up for presentations. And it's a nice room. It's kind of a little dark. There's big comfy chairs. You can kind of sit down there and just relax. There's people that just go down there during the day because it's nice and cool and it's quiet. You can read, you can work on a project, things like that. So it's so there are it serves every level of engagement, regardless of what your social battery is, and you can make new friends, have all kinds of fun. Last year was my first year in person. Joe kind of inspired me. I really wanted to go in 2019. It didn't work out with my PTO. Joe went and had an amazing time, and then 2020 and 2021 were both virtual. So I hung out. I did a presentation one year and virtually, and it was a lot of fun. I cannot wait to go back next week. It's going to be a good time.
And I heard that the open doors, like the open rooms, you can walk in, you can pick up, drives or 2Cs or whatever is laying around, just walk out, right?
You can. I mean, you want to get hit in the brain pan by like whatever they got to throw at you.
You just end up going back down to the garage giveaway after the giveaway because that pile stays there all week and you just pick up what somebody stole. It's fine. And
not just that, but there are things that people will take and then they'll think better of it and they'll take it back.
That's right.
Or they will add new things like during the week, or somebody gets there a little late and then adds something. So it's not like it goes up and then comes back down. Oh no. Well, I hope it's positive because I love all you guys and have nothing but the utmost respect for the committee of people that spend like an entire week just getting this ready for schlubs like me to just show up the day of and have an amazing time for a week. Like all the planning that goes into making sure, working with Chartwells, working with the facilities, the people that have to stay up at night to make sure that if we have people that are getting in late, that we've got people there to open doors and make sure that they're just able to be taken care of. The people that just on Tuesday that are going to spend time in their afternoon in the, like from last I read, 95-degree weather, just helping people load things in. So it's
a lot of work.
Definitely
a lot of behind the scenes work. Yeah.
Sorry, Ryan, I had to laugh at that.
That's funny.
I think what we're seeing here is an example of what Ron was talking about. So Ron is the quiet side of the K-Fest.
Yeah.
The way you're talking, and then Joe is my door's always open.
Mm-hmm.
I've gotten nothing but more and more gregarious and obsequious, both since 2019. So anybody who hasn't seen me since 2019, watch out.
Plus, Joe sent me all this space cocaine. And I didn't think it was safe to introduce to my nervous system. I'm still holding off. Still gonna hold off on that.
But no, it is super.
For the record, this is space cocaine.
Yes.
Okay.
Ron, you need to get the new stuff. It comes in a roll.
Oh, you know what? Let me tell you what. Let me.
Oh, there you go.
I found all of it. You don't know. I go to the store all the time and rebuy it because I can't find it. I'm like, what do they do with it? Oh, same thing with two-sided tape.
Like, guys, you don't like you don't just have a setup just like
Well,
set
no,
up to do the thing.
no, I don't. No, I don't have that.
You don't organize.
I do, but not in that way.
Didn't you see Ron's latest video where he was showing about all his apple gobbledygook on the floor?
Yeah,
Like,
it's
you
a
can
short. Like
see-
it's just.
You can see how organized it is.
It's not terrible. I mean, it could be worse.
It's Mac 84 organized, is what I'm saying.
Oh, come on.
Okay, hold on. Let's see.
Hey, it's not Mac 84 organized until you have a whole wall of printers holding up your house.
True.
That's not too bad, Ron.
It's not that bad.
Well, I mean, it's just
only,
a fire
it's only
hazard.
like one stack deep. It's not too bad.
So there are paths. So,
Yeah.
I mean,
Well,
you can-
folks, I'm gonna.
Well-
I need to get ready to get to work. So I'm gonna. Now that your other host is here,
yeah, Rudy, good to see you.
Sorry.
Thanks for stopping
And,
by, Rudy. Again, you have an open invitation whenever you want to stop by, sir.
thank you so much, boys and girls. And Joe, don't forget you know what I like to see on the show.
What?
Thingamaboob.
Oh, the thing.
Oh, yeah.
That
I have
doesn't
this
get
one
old.
now too.
It doesn't get old. I'm sorry.
No,
Yeah.
you're good.
Anyways, good seeing you, folks. I hope you have a
Yes.
great time.
Good seeing you,
and,
Rudy. Don't work too hard, man.
Yeah.
And we'll
See you later,
guys
Rudy.
soon.
See you, Rudy.
Take care. Y'all come back now here.
Ah.
It's kind of funny when you did the modem dial up, you can see how much you've packed up for KansasFest.
Mhm.
Dude, this
From
whole,
in the background.
I mean, that whole counter is just gone.
Yeah.
It's
God,
in my
yeah.
car.
Yeah, because the Apple III, all of that.
The Apple III and the monitor stack are all in the car.
Yep.
Yeah. So, yeah. Somebody actually has a question, an actual repair question for our repair stream we never talk about. If an Apple Color RGB M100 is a bit blurry, is that something that can be easily fixed? That is a very, very good question. It depends. Sometimes it can be fixed simply because through moving or whatever, the focus rings and things have come slightly popped out or unadjusted, and you can turn those things and mess with it. Or sometimes just even turning the focus pot. Just out of age, things kind of, we all kind of get, loose and creaky. It could be capacitors causing that problem. But it could also be a couple of kind of death knells. It could be a bad flyback. Sometimes you can find a replacement flyback. Oh my gosh, Macintosh Librarian. Hi, Kay. Hi, how you doing? Or Josh Malone's here too. Sometimes you can find one of those, but it could just be the tube. The tube, the actual filament, the entire electron thingy, whatever you want to call it, electron gun assembly. Just like old tubes back in the olden days, they burn out, they get weak. And so if it's like a really high hour tube, it's just whatever. There are solutions to try to do little short bursts of over voltage to the tube to blow nastiness off the heater elements. And sometimes that works, but sometimes it just blows the heater element out. So yeah, anyway.
Best advice on anything with an M100 is stop using your M100.
Yes.
There are, they've figured out like the RGB output on those machines, and you can hook up better, more modern RGB displays. So I would save that because those are so insanely rare. Like turn it on for a demonstration, but don't make it a daily driver. No, please. No.
Yeah. There are RGB solutions, aftermarket solutions, VGA solutions, HDMI solutions that you can hook any $5 Walmart LCD TV up to and get as good or better visual resolution. And so you bring the M100 out every once in a while and say, hey, look, it's got buttons that make it move and look at the pretty colors. And then you shut it off.
Yeah. It's save it for demos.
That belongs in a museum.
Yeah. Don't bring it to a show and leave it on for days. That's
so I think Steve is subtly hinting that he'd like to join the stream, as he had joins the stream and doesn't leave for 7 hours?
Yeah,
Oh. Mhm.
Do you want me to send him the link?
sure. I don't care.
Okay.
Yeah, go ahead.
I have a lot of Apple
Send-
II questions. Yes, go ahead and send. Yeah, you have the link, Trina. You can.
Yeah,
send
I got the link copied over. I just wanted to double check first.
1-bit fever dreams. My 1/8 of me
Yes.
says, you say 8-bit is enough, but isn't 8-bit just fundamentally 1-bit bit banging in parallel? Yes, but you're getting 8 times as much. I don't know. Anyway, I'm here, but I keep getting.
those were words.
I'm here, but I keep getting modded for mentioning the name of some other computer brand with a logo like that. Josh, what are you
There you go.
talking about?
Steve, I just texted you. So the invite link.
Amiga.
You're welcome, Rudy. Yes.
Amiga.
Hey, you're more than welcome.
Is there Justin Morgan has a question? Is there a place where the Apple II video timing specs are documented? I'm trying to configure an RGB to HDMI for an applied engineering digital RGB and don't want to start from scratch. Not yes and no. So the video subsystem specifically is not documented as this is how the video subsystem works. The entire Apple II is documented to within inches of reality, like the quantum level. It was documented that well in the original manual that you would get with your Apple II. So if you find literally the original Apple II green book, sometimes called the red book because of the cover, or like an Apple IIe manual, it has literal timing diagrams. The entire source code is documented. It's all in there. So if you want to get down to it and really want to know, you can dig into there and figure that out.
Cool.
So yes, that's it. So that's all I had as far as the comments. RGB DHMI has many configs already in GitHub. Yes. Oh my. Oh my gosh, it's Javier. Hey buddy, how are you?
Hey.
Oh my
I'm
gosh!
here with-
Live from Ken's house.
Oh. Muted, please. Hold on, because we're watching you guys on the big
Oh, yeah.
screen.
Hey, Sean! It's
Hi.
Sean's house. Sorry.
So I just came back from buying pie,
Yeah.
and I forgot that we were 1 hour before. So I was like, "Oh, I'm gonna go over there, no problem." And all of a sudden, I'm like, "Oh, I'm behind time." How you doing, guys?
Good. How you doing,
Good.
Javier?
I
And
love
who
my
else we-
boys. It was a big issue coming over here because my flight was delayed and blah blah. Oh, my K4.
It's Steve.
Steve.
But yeah, I'm
So,
here.
You're at
with-
Sean
It's Sean's
Fahey's
house.
place, right?
Yeah.
I'm gonna go downstairs to show them the stuff, isn't it?
So
Watch
who
it.
else is there?
Wait. First, before you go
Stop.
downstairs,
what?
Javier, how did you get the art that high on the wall?
I don't know.
I mean,
don't
it's up
type
there,
that
man.
now.
Like,
Yeah,
it's up there.
And
It is
who
up
all-
there. You're
Who
right.
all's hanging out there at Sean's house tonight? You got you and Sean, but then Kirk is there. James Littlejohn, I saw in the background. And
Oh well, yeah, but how
who
do you
else
get
is there?
so tall? Yeah, well, with a
I know
big
it's
stairs.
way up there.
It's way up there. Yeah, it's nice.
Yeah.
It's
But
nice.
If you ever get an invite, Mr. Fahey has a beautiful home.
Oh yeah.
and there's wonderful people that live there. They're all very, very
I am
generous with their time.
Yeah.
Amazingly
and,
generous. Yeah.
It's amazingly generous people.
Yes.
So
Javier, go to the attic and let Kate out, would you please?
Hold on. I'm looking for the lights because I never have it with the lights off. Oh, it's here.
Is this a horror movie now?
And I
Yes.
am here.
So, Steve, you thought that your place was crazy.
Okay, Steve.
Look at his face.
yeah.
Steve. Steve.
How many image writers is that?
Go, hey,
More than will fit in your house.
Javier,
yeah.
go a little bit down to the Bell and Howell section.
Okay.
Just go a little bit further down.
Okay. We
almost
got the
there.
House
You're-
section is back here.
Yeah.
And it's
There it is. The Darth Vader with all
Darth
the
Vader
Wow.
himself.
Yes.
This is crazy.
We got
boxed
we
Bell and
got-
Howell stuff.
now. Yeah, Steve, you like Apple books
Yes.
because
I'll have
I think-
everything. Thank you.
Yeah.
There you go. There you go.
Yes.
And
Anything you
Javier,
want.
Wow.
last year, wasn't that the big year that everybody kind of got together at Sean's and you
Yeah.
guys were documenting and organizing everything?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Cataloging?
This,
Yeah.
as you can see, it's a lot more organized than before. We organize a lot of these things. You know, this is all software.
Box
You don't
software.
want to-
It's beautiful.
You will find
Mhm.
things like There's-
So just to talk to Kate here about her comment. Properly built basements don't flood and stuff. So
Well, and it's Kansas, so it's just sort of
and
Unless
this
you're
is
on
the
the
easy
river,
part.
it doesn't
you put
flood.
some gutters on your house and you're fine.
You like PCs?
well,
Okay,
He has
When can I
PC
organize
stuff?
this for my house?
No longer a fan. Kick him out.
Yeah, I'm telling you.
Give me all the stuff in his basement.
Listen, you guys,
I'm
Sean's
about to
got an
burn it.
amazing collection of D&D stuff too. Like
Yeah.
all manner of
Oh,
just
oh,
just
guys,
amazing stuff.
guys.
But
you don't
there's an
wanna know.
important lesson. There's an important point to be made about a lot of this stuff. What it really comes down to is establishing yourself as the go-to person for a community, because
Right.
like Sean works in ed, or that's my understanding, works in education, or at least has really close ties with education.
Yes.
So a lot of people, as teachers retired and as people got out of the hobby and people were like, dad was really into this for years and we just don't have a good place to put it, that he became the go-to guy. And it was just
Mhm.
kind of like, just kind of having like a good
Yeah.
reputation, being a nice person. It opened up doors for this amazing collection. So, and to have it all so beautifully organized, really
and
cool.
most of it, like a lot of it's boxed as well, from what I was
Mhm.
seeing at the
Mhm.
start.
Yeah,
which
he
is
has a
even-
lot of originals.
Yeah.
We just checked. One of these is unopened, and the
Oh
other one
my
is
God.
new, opened, but never used.
Mhm.
This is Apple IIcs.
I will never
Closet
forget
and open?
2019. I got invited over there. It was like a religious experience, and
Oh, yeah.
I got to see one of the rarest Apple II things I've ever seen. It was an Apple II fiber optic card. Figure that
Yeah.
one out.
Yeah.
Had a part number and everything.
Mhm.
Can't find anything on the internet about its existence. It's just like, what is
Wow.
this? I don't know. It was used by the NSA. We don't know.
It was gonna be
Yeah.
for something.
This is my
Crazy.
Nerdvana.
Steve,
Mhm.
Dave wants to know if you're taking notes.
Yeah, no, what has to happen is everyone has to come over and help me clean up. That's what's
That's next. Yeah,
Mhm.
we should.
Yeah, I here's the thing, Steve. If you're being serious, you should say, show up like 2 days before VCF East next year. And just help me build some shelves or help me organize and label
Yeah.
stuff, and
Yeah.
and I'll be happy to come.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no. Thankfully, I am working on a solution that will help me out. So, but
Does
yeah,
it include
everyone is
It's-
welcome. The metal detector will be turned on the exit. So
It's
you can
it's Marie Kondo is coming by. That's
Does-
Steve's solution.
explode.
does it include fire? Is that your final solution?
No. I've been getting rid of junk, like literally, like, oh, here's a box full of packing material that's buried 3 IMAX deep that I forgot I had.
Actually, I think what Steve did is
Triggered.
he's renting. He's
Wow.
going to rent the house next door and put like a habit trail, like with hamsters and gerbils like between the two, so you don't even have to go outside. You go over to.
Yeah, could
Oh,
you
yeah,
get me
that's
that 1 DB54 cable that I need?
All right, coming up, Mr. Steve.
Look
There's
at that.
trained rabbits
Look
dragging
at that
stuff back and forth.
bins, all kinds of bins
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
labeled too.
That was part of the organization last year, wasn't it? Because Sean
Yep,
had things
yep.
where it was kind of like it was like in boxes, but not like all memory cards.
Dusty cards,
Mhm.
AE, everything. You know.
I started buying bins, and then I bought all the bins from the store, and they didn't restock them. So now I don't have the same bins. And it's driving me crazy.
more here.
It's these gray bins right here from IKEA. I love these things, but they stopped making them.
Mhm.
These lids
Oh.
latch, so they don't come off. So, they don't whatever.
Right.
And then they changed to some clear sets, but the lids just lay on there. So if it tumbles, it's all over the floor. Yeah.
Oh no.
Yeah.
That's the theme song to my basement. All over the floor.
All over the floor.
Steve, I'm channeling you, buddy.
Right.
Your fault.
Yay!
Herb says, looks like the Mythbuster set.
Yes.
In MI5, definitely, it was like,
Right.
here's a box, and it's like springs. And it was just like every type of spring.
This is insane, but in a good way. Like,
Mhm.
Mhm.
I would
It
be
is. It's
happy
a
if it's-
Nirvana. Yeah.
yeah. Yeah.
You go and look at all this. Wizardry.
Sean, are you still? Says Javier, are you still
Yeah.
on cell data? Get on the Wi-Fi.
Oh,
I like this. I like this
yeah,
slideshow.
I was gonna do it, but it connected.
That's fine.
Sorry-
Disconnect and
sorry.
come back in.
Sorry, let's do that. Let me do that.
All right.
I'll be back.
Okay.
Eric,
He,
Lang
he
now.
has to
And
find
he's
like
self-stealing
the
symbols.
programming book that has the Wi-Fi passcode that's in like a riddle that's in another book in the basement.
Yeah. And then finally at the end, Javier just traps himself in the final book with Sean.
I told you to get me out of here. You didn't.
That's-
Who's behind you?
That's what I did the first time I played Myst. I was like, I'll just go in this last book. And then I clicked the thing, and now I'm like trapped in the book forever with the guy, the kid's dad. I was like, oh, this sucks. Spoilers.
I don't know what they're talking about, Trina.
Spoilers.
Man.
Yeah,
Oh,
I've
missed.
never played the game either, so I'm just sitting
Missed.
here going,
Ah, it's really
Ha, ha,
great.
ha.
You should.
That's
you should
funny.
play it. It's never been a
I
better.
didn't get
time
a
to play it.
computer until Mist was old hat. So
Oh,
I never played any computer games, so
I played it.
Oh,
I
I
played
played
it when it was
solitaire.
new, but I had no idea what the hell I was doing.
I know. Sorry for this 30-year-old game.
there's a different ending.
But there's 3 endings as a matter. Well, actually, there's 4 endings. There's the one you side with the one brother. There's the one where you side with the other brother. Then there's the one where you do the correct ending where you don't side with anybody. And then there's the last one where you actually go and you can visit the dad, but you can like take the page. You're not supposed to take the page into the final book. You're supposed to go in there and get the dad and then come back out. And then you can put the page in, and it basically seals the 2 brothers so that they can't cause any more trouble. But if you take the page into the book with you, it's not on the outside world, so you can't exit back out. You don't have an entryway back out. And so he very aggressively tells you, you done goofed, and you're stuck in the book forever with him. So that's Myst. I just saved you like literally 30 hours of your life.
Javier, show us the wall of image writers, please.
It's walls of everything.
So the frame rate is slightly better now.
It was, and then it seems to have gotten a little worse.
Sorry, I'm in the Wi-Fi now, and I don't know why.
Yeah,
It's
Javier
rough.
is using the same camera that they used to make Plumbers Don't Wear Ties. Come on, that's a good one. That's esoteric.
Trina,
I
do
got
you
it.
Get it? Do you get it?
It's a
I
video
don't
game.
get
It's a
it
video
either.
game.
No,
they
I
just
don't.
they just
If it's a video
remastered
game,
it.
I don't. If it's a video game and it's not Super Mario,
It's a
or
30-year-old video game. It's
Was it
it's like
was
an
it for the
early
3DO
CD-ROM.
or the CDI? I
well,
forget.
I'm
It
only
was for-
I'm
it was
only
for
6,
taping the
Ron. You
digital
should know I
motion
wouldn't
video.
know about it. So
And I
Well, I can
honestly,
tell you one thing.
I honestly thought it was like an adult film title. So
yeah, me too.
It's supposed to be titillating. It's early full motion video stuff,
I gotta show what.
but it's actually a slideshow.
Sorry,
so
I gotta stop
maybe not
him.
even that.
There's
Hey.
things on this shelf that will just blow you away.
Hmm
Who
There's
who is this
brand
we're
new
talking to? In
Apple
case
TV
nobody knows who you are.
This is Vince Real.
Vince Briel,
Mhm.
gotcha.
Vince
Yeah.
is going to run the soldering class while we're there.
Oh, he's gonna be showing more than that. You will see.
Oh,
This
I
is a
know,
Brand new
but-
C plus unopened.
what?
Yeah.
That's
There's
nice.
a few of them sitting up here.
Oh yeah. And then these ones are also brand new
Super drives.
super drives. 1.44
Wow.
drives.
Yeah.
Brand new.
I'll take 3.
Brand new 2Es, unopened.
Yep.
There's GS's brand new.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm. How many ROM 4s?
Not yet.
Not yet. We're still looking.
Do
Yeah.
you have any Image Writer LQ color ribbons I could purchase?
Let me
Actually-
ask the curator.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, there's a lot of good stuff over here.
The amazing thing
Very
is
cool.
you could be down here all day,
All day?
and not see the same thing twice.
All week,
Right.
I would say.
You know, if you poke out both of your eyes, you won't see any of the same stuff. It'll just be every time brand new.
So we're just having a lot of fun out here. We're waiting for you guys to come, and we prepare a lot of goodies for you. You know, we went to pick up a lot of the hardware we're gonna give away in the garage giveaway. A lot of good stuff. Oh, there's our beautiful Taylor. How you doing, Taylor? Say hello to everybody.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi.
Taylor
So,
Sean's,
there's a
Sean's
lot
daughter.
of Mac stuff, Steve. You should one of these years you gotta come over here, man.
Oh, certainly. I would love to.
Yeah.
And if anyone's ever on the East Coast and you want to maybe trip over a printer, you're welcome here too.
Yeah.
You have to sign a waiver before going into Steve's basement, though.
Mhm.
Mhm.
So yeah, that's what we're doing. You guys should brace yourself for KFest because this is going to be amazing.
It's awesome.
There's
I
a
will-
bunch of things we're going to be presenting.
I'll
I
be
don't
going.
know if you talk
I'll be
about it.
going next year.
Oh, great. Great.
Oh, Trina, we need to, since I live kind of like if you flew into St. Louis, we
Yeah.
could ride the West the way out.
Oh.
It's only,
Okay.
it's like 3 hours or something. So it wouldn't
Oh,
be
it's
too
not bad.
Yeah. And you get to
When
drive and look around.
When you talk 3-hour drive in Ontario, that's like average.
It's just going to
go
the
like to the
store.
next town. Yeah.
I gotta go. I want to go to the good Canada Tire. I gotta. I don't want to.
Like Denny's, not the bad.
Yeah, I don't want to go. Let's go to the good Denny's.
Oh boy.
That's great. That's awesome.
So anyway, we're just having a lot of fun over here, and we are looking forward to see you guys. Again, I don't want to give away any surprises, but there's going to be a lot of good stuff in the garage giveaway, and
Well, we seen that awesome chair. I can't wait to get the chair. That's all. I'm
just the
saying.
chair.
That's
Just the
Sean's
chair.
chair. Stop
Just the
stealing Sean's chair.
No, the one that wasn't.
Who's giving away Sean's chair?
Yeah, well, it's the giveaway.
I don't know.
It's a
I
giveaway.
was told here's the picture of the stuff we're giving away, and there's a chair. So I said, "Can I have the chair?"
That chair was holding down those
You know-
items from blowing away.
Oh,
Eric
okay.
says it's only an 8-hour drive. Eric, it's 11 for me. If I can do it, you can do it.
Yeah,
That's all I gotta say.
it was a 5-hour in the airport and then 3-hour flight for me because it got delayed. So,
Yeah.
Yeah.
What time did
I'm
you
glad you
fly-
made it there safe. I know that's all the delays.
I was supposed to leave at 9 and I arrived at 3 o'clock in the morning. So,
Oh my
you make
God!
it first.
You could have drove there in that time.
Almost
I drove here in the amount of time it took him to get here.
right.
Wow.
7-hour drive.
Wow.
Yep.
So,
So, but it's well worth it. I got a sore throat. I got all that, but it's well worth it.
Hey,
Yes,
hey,
it
you're not
was-
bringing any of that convention crud to the convention, are you?
Never.
Better not be.
I got all my concoctions up there, and I'm just feeling myself almost to death.
Actually, that's a good thing to point out too. Is that last year there was a combination of people that did wear masks, and there were
Yep,
people that
they're going to be
did
masks.
that. Yeah. So if that's required for your level of comfort, that's
Yep.
accommodated for. And I know last year that just because a lot of Missouri higher ed schools, they had like things out, so there was hand sanitizer, things like that, and
Nice.
so it's it's
There's
possible
gonna be
to
masks, there's gonna be,
participate at your level of comfort.
Yeah, there's going to be COVID tests if you guys want it. There's everything. So you'll feel comfortable. And we got a doctor actually going over there. So
Oh,
I can't
cool.
wait for the 99% alcohol bath.
Yeah, I know. I brought my remote emitter, so I'm all set.
there you go.
You don't have to be in person.
There you go.
Sorry, I'll just beam
Wow,
it
I
over
dare
there.
you to wear that. I dare you to wear that.
Actually, I need to finish up designing the PCB for this, because that is the intention. Is just to start wearing this like absolutely everywhere.
Yeah.
Because
See who
I've got spots in the back built in for magnets.
Mm.
So you can just stick it on and walk around. Then you're in costume at anywhere you go.
Yeah, there you go.
So a little bit of 29th century technology, you're all set.
So Taylor is asking, can you guys tell where are you from, or where are you? You know,
Where's everybody from? Trina.
I'm in Toronto, Ontario, Canada.
That's awesome.
Eh?
Eh?
I am 2 hours south of St. Louis, a little town called Cape Girardeau, Missouri. So
Okay, so you live in Missouri.
yeah,
I am from dead center of Ohio. I'm in a tiny little town that I don't wish to say exactly which town it is, but I am literally 7.5 miles from the geographical center of Ohio.
Okay.
I'm in New
So-
Jersey.
so open up Google Maps now.
Joyce.
Draw a circle.
Joycey,
Jersey.
what are you talking about?
I'm next to one of the bagel shops. Figure it out.
Next door to the bank.
I know.
I mean,
I-
that could be literally anywhere, Steve.
I know. I walked to the bagel shop one day, and I was gonna go inside and get bagels. Or actually, no, I was walking towards the bagel shop, and almost like Steve knew, like his
You
bagel
passed
sense
another
was
bagel shop.
tingling, and I said, Steve's like, hey, where are you right now? And I was like, oh, I'm about to go in the bagel shop, and he goes, I'll be right there. And I'm not shitting you. Like, just it was squalling tires into the parking lot. Like, I'd never seen anybody park a Prius that fast.
It's like I found him. I found him.
He sideswiped a hearse to get into the parking lot to buy bagels. But they were pretty good bagels. So
Yes.
Well, thank you for telling me where you were from.
Taylor, you
My
didn't say
father
where you're
didn't
from.
tell me.
Yeah, where are you
Canada
from, Taylor?
or Kansas.
I'm from Kansas, like my dad.
Or
Just like my
possibly,
dad.
apparently Canada, from what Ron is saying. Hi.
Listen, I was. You're right next to each other, and
Right,
it's like
clearly.
Muppet Steak Manhattan twins. Who knows?
Joe,
I'm
how
Sean's
close is the
daughter,
close-
so
Yep.
Mhm.
yeah.
What? Oh,
Taylor,
what is
thanks for
he?
putting up with your dad. He's a nice guy, but you're there all the time, all the time. He's just looking out for you. As a dad, I understand how it goes.
Okay, so
just-
I
you
just
just
have
have
a
to
question.
Yep.
About K-Fest. So we have a guy named James. We have somebody named Kirk. Do we have anybody named Tiberius?
Yeah.
We need one. That's the name of their dog.
I'm gonna
Nice.
I'm gonna try to get my pike hair going in time. It's not working out.
I care.
I got more of a Garth Beagle, but I'm working on it.
Cool.
All right, guys. So we're gonna leave because we got apple pie waiting for us.
Ooh.
But we're gonna be
Jealous.
waiting for you guys.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I'll
Oh,
be
yeah.
there. I'll be there next year. So just hold your breath.
You two, you and Steve, you should come next year. Okay.
You're just going to remove
Everybody
everybody
that's watching should come next year.
Hell
You're just
yeah.
going to remove one of the boxes from the shelf, and I'm going to be like crammed in there, like
Exactly, and you just
a
move
dead
over there.
mouse.
That's
I
it.
mean, and if folks, and this is also a really good thing to point out, is that if people are worried about, like, you've heard about like crowds at like VCF Midwest and
Oh, no.
VCF Southeast and things like that, this is a very intimate affair. You're staying there with people. It's
You're all
one life for a
together.
couple of days. Yeah. And it's, but that's true though. It's, you can run up and you can give somebody a hug. These are your old
Yeah.
friends. And if they're
Yeah,
not
we're-
your old friends at the beginning of the week, they will be by the end.
They will.
And
Oh yeah.
I think this year there's 55 people that are going to be
Keep going.
on site. Or
Oh, wow.
A little bit
more
more.
than that?
More than
Yeah.
that.
It's 65?
68.
68. Hey, that's really great. I know that in years past, like pre-COVID,
Yeah.
that all 3 floors were
Yep.
like, or there were people on the 3rd floor and stuff. So that's really, really great that there was some maybe hopefully like last minute registration kind of stuff.
Yeah, they were a lot. Yeah.
Okay. So as you can tell, it's not like you're going to be bowled over, or you're going to be lost in the crowd, or something
Not at
like
all.
that. If you want, you can be as anonymous as you want to be at this thing. But if you want to get out and you want to interact with people and you want to talk about this hobby that you love so much, it's a great opportunity to get like FaceTime with like these luminaries of this hobby.
And it's not only Apple II. I mean, it's mainly Apple II, but there's all kinds of other Commodore PCs. There sometimes we're there.
People tend to bring main cabinets and put them in the central area so you can play games. There's
cool.
there are arcade cabinets over in the cafeteria you can play. Yeah.
All right, Joe, and Ron and Javier, you sold me. I'll be there next year.
Yeah.
Stop.
Come
We're
on.
trying to sell other people, not just you.
I'm glad you're going to be there.
Yeah, I'll
It'll be a good
Yeah.
time. Everybody should come. I mean, even if you only like make it a couple days or something like that. It's
Yeah.
still worth it.
Josh, I know you're an Atari guy. Atari people are allowed. It's fine.
Yeah, we do Atari. We boo it first, but then we repair it.
It's like, yeah, we have to. Yeah, I was saying our little thing is we say boo Atari and then we let you.
And then we help.
We did our thing, so let's play some Dig Dug or something.
Well,
Yeah.
I think it's because Jim is truly outrageous.
Yep.
That's why people have such a hard time with the Atari.
Yeah, no, we
That's a
just
deep
joke.
joke. That is a really deep joke.
It is.
I don't
love
get
it.
the joke.
I watched Jim and the Holograms. It was like kind of a
Oh
mid-80s
yeah.
cartoon.
I remember that. Yeah.
Yeah, I know. I watched like every episode because it was on like, I think it was on like before, because there was like a block of shows, and I think one of them was like Bigfoot. There was like a Bigfoot cartoon. It was Sunbow. I think it was done by like all the same people. But so I watched all that. I'm more of a Misfits fan than a Jim fan though, because it just seemed like they tried harder. They wanted to be number one. They were like Ava Springtar.
All right, Javier.
We'll
See
see
how
you.
here. 2 days, buddy.
Bye,
2
Neil.
days.
2 days. Waiting. Come
Bye,
on,
Sean.
chop.
Bye, Taylor.
Bye.
Bye,
See
guys.
you guys.
How do I get out? Okay.
It's like how do I end it?
How do I get out?
He just
Yeah.
throws
in
the
the-
phone on the
Help! I'm stuck in this box. Please.
A real
please help me.
Wizard of Oz. I don't know. I can't come back. I don't know how it works. Goodbye, folks.
Steve, welcome to the stream. By the way, you've just been kind of hanging out in the corner.
That's what I do best. I'm not
And-
doing my home projects. I'm not recording any videos. I'm just hanging out looking at things.
And he was having a sad Mac moment while he was watching all this Mac stuff go
I've,
by.
I've seen photos of that before, but it's beautiful. It's
yeah.
great. I'm so glad that the organization efforts and everything happen. I mean, that's fantastic. I know from experience of how it is where it's like, wait, I have this thing, but I don't know what box it's in. So it's really cool to see that evolve and everything. And yeah, that was really neat. Hope to see it in person one time.
Yeah.
Well, you're gonna have to come with me next year.
Yeah, I'll have to come. I have to figure out my time off situation. I always plan things, and then it's like I ran out of days.
Yeah, this is absolutely eating up all my PTO. Like literally, I think I have like 40 hours of PTO.
You have 40 minutes,
and I now have like 40 40 seconds of PTO left after this.
I just got to go use the bathroom real quick. I'll be right back.
Oh no, you better it better not be a number 2.
Here, I'm gonna make you big, Steve,
No.
and then you can make that face again.
He's a big dumb animal, isn't he, folks? Yeah.
Oh my gosh, craziness! Yes, K-Fest is going to be super duper awesome this year. Lots of cool presentations. Where part of the focus of K-Fest this year is supposed to be the Apple III, although it is still a relatively small part based on the presentations I've been looking at. Because the Apple III is a small part of the whole Apple II world. But hopefully we can change that this year. I'm going to be doing my own little presentation this year, so if you're coming to K-Fest, look forward to that. My little chat and talk. And there's going to be the vendor. The vendor thing is a really cool thing too. People bring all their cool stuff. There's going to be 2 different Blue Scuzzy sellers this year. Ron's bringing a few things. People also during the vendor fair will bring their projects that they've been working on. So single board computers, When I went, somebody brought an MSI 8080 or whatever it was. People have brought PyDPs, like the PDP Pi emulators, and just lots of cool stuff. So fun.
That's
times.
great.
Actually, some of the cool, if I could tease Joe's chat a little bit, he actually,
Totally, Kate. Totally.
it's his presentation is called "The Successful Failure: How the Apple III Kickstarted My 8-Bit Business." So that'll be an interesting thing for me to sit at the back of the room and throw things at Joe.
Hey, dodge this, Apple III boy.
No, but there's a lot of good stuff. I really, and not just that, but there's an interactive fiction event that's on Wednesday that will be kind of neat, where it's like, what if the Twiggy drive had actually worked? So it's that'll be a fun thing to explore. But VidHD, which was a HDMI video output device for Apple II machines, there's actually a new thing that's going to be coming out that's RP40 based, and it's going to have Ethernet stuff too. It's kind of like marrying a bunch of different ideas onto one device. So there's going to be some product announcements and stuff that are happening there too that'll be really fun to watch.
Nice.
Yep, I'm looking at the list here too. There's a talk. It might be. Is it? It looks like the talk might be in the virtual, but there's even a talk too about the RP 2040 and why so many of the projects in the past year or so have been using that platform specifically, and how it works really well with Apple II. So that's going to be cool for us first hardware nerds. So
it's funny, Ryan, that you say that. Ryan says Ron and Steve could be at the back of the room for Joe's talk, like the two old guys from the Muppets. And I actually got cast as one of the old Muppet guys for like a radio play a while back.
Oh, nice.
So I can't tell you which one I played because I just did the same voice as I do for Rolf the dog. But it's whatever.
But yeah, what was I thinking? No, Ron, here's our plan. You and Steve, you're going to play Waldorf and Statler.
Yes.
In my presentation in 2024, but nobody but us here on the stream is going to know about it.
Okay.
You're going to be in on it, so you're going to be in the back and you're going to heckle me. It's going to be part of the entire bit. Oh wait, did I say the quiet part out loud? Now everybody knows.
Well, they'll have to remember next year is the thing.
Yeah,
so.
it's a year away. I'm happy if I know my own name most days. Like,
hi, I'm Joe.
Whoops. Take two.
Take two.
But Chris Torrance is going to be talking about the expansion for Nox Archaeus, which is a new Ultima kind of styled game for the Apple II. It actually came out last year, and it actually came out on floppies, so it was kind of cool. So the new expansion that just came out, actually is on a disk image. So yeah, so that way that you're not really tied to. It wasn't really tied to having to fit on a floppy. So they were able to do some really neat stuff. And I know that Kat has been live streaming some of that stuff over on Twitch. So you can check her channel out. She's been playing through. Something to know, though, that I didn't know until I started watching her stream is that you're not able to actually import your party from the original game, but they do provide some template parties at both level 4 and level 5. So that way that you don't have to have played the main story. You can just pick up and play this expansion with a kind of a group of adventurers that are ready up to that challenge already. So it looks like it'll be fun.
Are you laughing at Ryan's comments, Steve?
Yes. Because I
You know what's better than Joe's talk? What? Just!
I can just imagine that me and Ron doing that in my head. That's why it's funny. I do have a genuine Apple II question though.
Yeah.
So for people like me who are mostly Macintosh focused, and I have like some things like a floppy.
Boo Macintosh.
I was gonna say Blue Scuzzy, but now I'm not because Joe. But so like obviously, so like you were talking about the W drive before. I know it's currently out of stock, but like, what are the advantages of like a W drive versus like a floppy MU? Like, is it functionality? Is it just ease of use? Or
I'll let Ron cover that
Ron
because
for
it looks like
200.
he knows way more about it than I do.
Ooh.
Mr.
right.
Carr, let me in, Mr.
Mr.
Carr.
Carter, Mr. Mr. Carter.
Do you need the bathroom pass? Is that what you're asking?
No. Actually, what I would say is this: the idea is that, hey, I've got a 2GS or a 2C Plus and a Macintosh, and I want to use this device on both platforms. You probably may want to just go ahead and pick up a floppy MU because that will do both platforms. If you have a 2 plus, a 2E, a 2C, something like that, you may want to pick up the W drive if for no other reason because those machines without a very maybe the 2C, I can pull the 2C out of that. But if you have like a 2 plus or a 2E or or 2E enhanced, whatever, those machines don't natively support SmartPort. So you would need to have either a very expensive Lyron card, or you can get like a Yellowstone card, or I know that there's a couple of other alternatives out there that give you SmartPort support on those. SmartPort is a standard for like being able to load like a 32 megabyte disk image through the floppy controller. So on the Mac, sort of like when the 512KE came out, where you've got the HD20, that uses the same technology to be able to, or if you have one of these modern replacements, like the TAS20, that you can load like like up to a 32 megabyte or whatever the limitation would have been for MFS at the time or whatever. But anyway, those machines don't have that. But the cool thing that the W drive has built in is it is able to load this, basically a ROM patch that will give your machine support for SmartPort. So you can load those SmartPort images on machines that didn't necessarily support that without having to either have a card that patches the ROM of the machine or, again, have one of those expensive controller cards. There's some considerations and things like that with using a W drive on those machines too, largely voltage differences and stuff. You can read more about that online, but those are the big standouts.
So like I've seen some videos where like a screen is loaded of like a directory. Is that like a W drive feature, like, or a smart port emulation feature?
You can. The W drive has the ability to load a menu up on your screen, so you can pick your images from the machine.
That's probably what I've seen.
I think it's a special boot image or something.
Yeah,
that does.
It's the thing you have to load on the card, so it loads that little bootloader really quick, and then you can select stuff, and then that'll be what it loads. But I mean, there's like Protos, like the 42 or 424 or
242.
242 and up have like Bitsy Buy and some other stuff kind of baked into that, where you do get a nice sort of like a DOS shell kind of interface, so you can pick programs and launch stuff and drop to monitor, or just get down to the prompt for loading and doing other things. So
yeah, I'm curious of the the upcoming FujiNet stuff, and then the W drive stuff. So I'll probably pick one, but yeah.
I know FujiNet, they're still kind of finalizing hardware and things like that and doing a lot of stuff. I know that Mr. Cherry Holmes has got a lot on his plate doing some things with that, especially I think doing a lot of stuff on the Atari side right now. But that'll be really neat. But if you don't care about it being like an online experience, and you can find, like, even on a 2GS and stuff like that, if you can find a W drive It's very slick. It's very fast. It just works. Another thing to think about, though, compatibility-wise, is the W drive has some issues on. At least mine has some issues with the latest version of the firmware on my 2C Plus. That could just be my machine. I'm bringing it all with me, so I hope somebody more learned than I can explain what I'm doing wrong. It might be a ROM revision issue or something, but I'm pretty sure I've got like the last revision of the ROM for my 2C Plus. But the W drive does not work with the floppy, or I'm sorry, with the Apple IIe option card for Macintosh. So that is a limitation.
Good to know. Thank you, Ron.
I actually reached out and talked to I'm going to say it incorrectly, but it's HK Boo. Is that the developer guy that Chris works with? That's the guy in China that does some of the development on it. But anyway, I reached out and I actually was working with them to try to troubleshoot some of that stuff, and we never got it to work. And then he kind of dropped off after a while. So yeah.
Well, I'm excited. There's always these new projects in the works. So thank you for clearing up which is which, and it's always exciting to hear all the new stuff coming. Which is which.
Trina, wake up!
I am awake.
Okay, you're like a couple times.
No. I was
Not quite as bad as when I was doing my Apple III talk, but
I was reading Discord messages as Ron was explaining. So
good to know you're here. You're mentally present. It just fills my heart with such confidence.
with joy, yeah.
Chemicals.
Chemicals. Blinded me with science. No. Okay.
You know, he didn't actually wear like a lab coat. They wanted to wear him the guy who was actually like a TV presenter or like a science presenter on television. They wanted to wear him a lab coat, and I guess he was worried because at the time it was illegal to impersonate a doctor or impersonate like somebody from the scientific or medical community in the UK. So he was like, I'm not going to do that because I don't want people to think that I was actually representing that I had like a degree in whatever this thing was. And it's like, this is a music video by a guy that's going to totally inspire Alton Brown's look for the next like 30 years, right? And it wasn't enough.
I come for the Apple II stuff and I stay for the history.
Yeah. Welcome to
wow.
Hi, Javier. You look very different. And you have glasses. And you're in Steve's basement.
Love you, Tom.
Wait a minute.
Oh, that's great. That's funny. Oh, man. Awesome.
Do you want to make me big for a sec? I'll show something off in the background.
Sure.
And for those of you who don't have one, this is what the Commodore phone looks like. Oh.
That could be any
Ron,
phone across
I
the room.
believe since this is the KansasFest stream, we are obligated to say "Boo Commodore," are we not?
I think so.
Boo Commodore.
Oh, well,
Commodore. Boo.
But for in case Geek with Social Skills watches this later, there it is.
Oh man.
Actually, it's you got to be careful with that Boo Commodore stuff because if you say it too many times, Bill Hurd shows up, and it'll be like, "Hey, here's a 90-minute conversation about my involvement with the Apple 128 or with the Commodore 128," and you gotta just take it. You just gotta like let it wash over you.
And then as he leaves, that's what you get.
Kate, if I can find the Commodore microwave.
Roses are red. My name is Dave. This poem makes no sense. Microwave.
That's a perfect way to end this.
I think so.
Joe's just turning on the microwave, the Wi-Fi goes out, and the stream ends.
Joe.
It's like hold on, my hot pockets.
Oh, well, bye, Joe. This is like the second time that happened.
I did it on purpose. Stop it.
Oh, okay.
He made us silly.
So make this
silly.
make this big.
Normal
Make
view.
I will click.
Like I just pasted it in the chat.
You pasted it into chat. Yeah.
Yeah. Check chat, and then
that.
embiggen it.
So
So,
What
if you
website?
want more information about Kansas Fest, which I think registration is still open for the virtual event, which will be happening here.
July 29th through 30th, 2023.
Yeah. There you go. I think you can still register for that. And I would highly suggest that you do, because there will be all manner of neat stuff. It's $20 and it gets you
$20.
20 Darus, and it gets you complete access to all of those great presentations that are going to be happening. I know it gets you access. I'm going to say I fairly certain get you access to Discord, so that way that you can chat and you can ask questions. You can kind of virtually meet and hang out with other people that are at the event. So yeah, definitely go and get signed up for that. And even if you have no intention of actually attending it, here's what you should do. You should go and buy a ticket anyway and give it away to someone that you know that you think might be interested.
Mm-hmm.
So just do your part. Help spread the fandom.
Yeah, Kate, we definitely have to go next year and try to help out with the Sausage Fest. Or sorry, K-Fest.
I was gonna say, just like
You got your own festival there, Trina.
yeah, there's Joe. Hey, there's Sark. There's Sark
Yep.
right in front of Joe.
Right.
And there's Chris Torrance over there on the side.
That's Joe making a face that I would fully expect Joe to make.
Mhm.
Yeah.
There's
So this
DJ.
is from 2019, is it?
There's
the photo?
Brian Weiser.
Joe, is this the photo from 2019?
This is 2019. Yes.
Yeah.
Jason Scott's being wacky in the background there.
Mhm.
Chris Torrance.
I mean, who's not being wacky? Let's
a lot of
There's
people in here.
lots of wackiness.
There's Ken Gagney right there in the front with his WordPress T-shirt.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Joe looks like a Canadian moose.
Yep.
There's Stavros.
Stavros is down here. Fellow
Yeah.
Ohioan Stavros. Yep.
There you go.
There's Herb. Herb's there. There's Kat. Javier is in here somewhere, I think.
He's right
There's
there.
Savitz, James Littlejohn there. He's right there.
Yeah, he's right. He's
I was
pinned
just
down.
scanning across. Stop it. There's 4 a.m. 4 a.m.'s right there. Mhm. So
Yeah.
cool. It's a fun time.
Yeah.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Go back. Why am I zoomed in?
normal view.
I know.
Command
Why are
Command
you-
0 or Control 0 if you're on a PC.
I have no idea why it's not even resized.
You're in Palm Pilot screen mode now. That's what you got stuck in.
So super cool stuff. Fun stuff.
Nice, nice.
Fun times. Yes.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
For sure.
Cool.
I now have the website bookmarked, so
It's good.
I like Joe. One of us.
Yes. Anyway,
Joe got me
Okay.
beat. with the
we're devolving into weirdness.
more than usual.
Devolving?
Evolving, improving.
I don't know, yeah.
So
Oh, Kate just
Kate,
bought a virtual ticket.
Woo! Cool. I will be there. I should be because it's on the weekend. So, yep. So we get to hang out with everybody. Well, I think that is an awesome place to wrap up for tonight. As others have said, thank you all to our wonderful, excellent hosts and sub-hosts. Quick thanks to Javier and Rudy, who were here with us earlier. Of course, we have Trina and Ron. And thank you, Steve, for dropping by as well. Thank you for all the awesome people in the chat who left their questions and all their woots and awesome sauces for Kansas Fest. For those of you who are going to be at K-Fest, we look forward to meeting you. All of those who have talked to us or seen us on this weird screen, you get to meet us in person and see if all of Ron's allegations about my my nose candy use are real or made up.
It's true. His septum completely gone.
Yes. Anyway, man, my snoring is it's beyond. That's why I get a single room, because nobody can share a room. Anyway, we're done. So again, thank you all for hanging out with us tonight. It's been super awesome. Remember to lasso that like button and spur that subscribe button. Those who are going to be at KFest, see you there. And in 2 weeks, 3 weeks? Is it 3 weeks this time? No, 1, 2. It'll be 3 weeks this time. It's 3 weeks this time. So we will see you again on the 6th, unless we cancel because I decide I'm tired or something. So, yep. See you all later, and have a great evening, everybody. Bye. Okay, stream.